Right, so Bowlestreks has tweeted this out about me, calling me this lovely name. Look at that. Oh, what a guy. He is someone I want to have round for dinner. And not only that, the continued barrage of attempted abuse has been flying my way all week. Every time I make a point, I get hit with the, yeah, well, you're a snowflake. Yeah, well, you stink. Well, that's a good one, guys. I've even been accused of setting up this burner account to call out Bowlestreks, even though I'm doing it very publicly on YouTube. These lot, guys, they're smart. They have big brains. These individuals that I'm triggering so much clearly just have brain cells everywhere. They're just the smartest of the bunch. So, after Bowlestreks called me this lovely name, I responded to it with a picture of him. Guys, are you surprised this is what Bowlestreks looks like? Because I wasn't. When I saw this picture of him, I literally went, oh, yeah, this makes a lot of sense. I was not expecting anything different. I knew the anti-woke were going to hate the last episode. And why? Because they don't look at the deeper meaning of the episodes. No. They take everything as a personal attack. But don't forget, guys, we're the snowflakes. I'm going to guess now that the message that's been taken away from that episode is that the show was calling every white person a racist and that all white people are terrible. I'm guessing that's the message they took from it. Because again, they're not smart enough to actually understand what the episode was trying to put across. So Bowlestreks got his review out nice and quick. And I instantly was like, yep, I'm jumping on that. Why? Because he's no doubt going to have some absolutely awful takes on this. And what am I expecting from this video? Well, I'm expecting him not to accurately explain the plot. I'm expecting him to say, oh no, or who cares, 1,500 times throughout the video, and I'm expecting him to get very angry at the ending. So let's go, guys. I can't wait to see what this man-child has said this week. Oh, let's get into it, guys. Lord, please protect my eardrums throughout this, because I know they're about to be absolutely eviscerated. Let's go.
Well, kids, what does Russell have in store for us this week? Well, it seems he's given the Doctor his most terrifying foe yet, Zoomers! I'm not entirely sure because I've mentally blocked out most of Dr. Nasty's run, but this might be the most annoying episode of this once-beloved show I've ever seen. Good God!
The anger! One thing to remember, guys, this guy hates Zoomers. This guy thinks Zoomers are the worst thing to ever happen to the planet. The most annoying episode he's ever seen. Guys, don't forget, we've sat through Orphan 55, which is arguably the worst episode of Doctor Who of all time. So, this is a bold statement.
2 minutes in, and I was about to put my fist through my computer screen.
Oh, no. Oh, aggressive, Bowlestreks. Sorry, Odd. I wonder what about it was so triggering that you felt the need to put your fist through the computer screen. Maybe because the shoe fits.
It's like getting up in a great mood, then going outside and finding a homeless drug addict taking a dump on your front steps, but that's not enough. Then he starts throwing his bodily excretions at you while happily spraying piss everywhere. All you wanted to do was get some fresh air, kind of like that.
Here we go. He's off now. He's off. He's off now. He's off now on his weird little tangents. I should have played bingo. There's like 5 things already been ticked off here. Unnecessary tangents and weird similes. Guys, just let him have his rant. He'll move on eventually.
We start with the most annoying girl in the world and her stupid haircut, and this is the only part of the episode where she's even the slightest bit tolerable, because she's asleep and she hasn't started flapping her yap yet.
It's almost like this character was meant to not be likable. The funny thing is, on an initial reaction, I would agree with him about this woman being annoying, but after you've seen the episode, you're doing a review, not a reaction. So you've written this in hindsight, right? Knowing what this character becomes. So for the fact that you're like,
oh, she's so annoying and I hate her so much and she's got a stupid haircut. That haircut's so stinky.
I think you're kind of missing the point.
45 minutes of pure hell! Then she says dot and bubble, and then a big bubble appears, and I'm forced to ask, is Russell actually self-aware? I mean, the guy's admitted that he lives in a bubble of pretentious elitist pricks. Is this his way of putting his world on screen?
We haven't seen anything yet of the bubble, and he's annoyed about it. He's annoyed. Okay.
And if you don't agree, then your various forms of ists, phobes, and a poopy head to boot. Social media is a bubble. Yeah, we get it, Russell. We keep finding ways to stunt the development of young people, and then the rest of us get to deal with them when they get older.
Okay. It's so funny to me that the anti-woke can't wrap their heads around this. If you just do not like Doctor Who because you don't like the style of writing, or you think the stories aren't what they used to be, and like you've just fallen off the show, You can criticize it by all means. You can say, like, this episode wasn't for me. I didn't quite like the narrative. Blah, 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 whatever. The anti-woke have taken such offense because people have started calling them out for being ists and phobes, as he claims. When you're publicly going online and calling me things like this, when you're consistently pointing out the race of every character on screen, when you're consistently saying the show's not good anymore because of that very reason, when you're getting triggered over the fact that there's a gay person in an episode, yes, that does make you an ist or a phobe. Why are you so triggered by that? Because you've been rightfully called that. You can sit there and say, well, this just isn't for me. Like, it's clearly not aimed at my generation anymore. I'm probably going to stop watching.
Yeah, but the viewing figures would indicate that lots of people agree with me.
No, people don't agree with you. Some people just don't like Doctor Who, and that's fine. Your style of content and you constantly feeling attacked because everyone calls you a racist or a homophobe is because you've very blatantly been racist and homophobic. Like, why are you so surprised?
Then this girl starts talking, and I start asking myself why I'm putting myself through this week after week. You better appreciate what I do for y'all, and it makes the degenerates and deviants mad, which makes me happy.
Makes me question why I do this every week.
It's almost like you have nothing left to talk about. And while you can sit there and claim that I'm doing this for views and subscribers, whatever, you are doing the exact same thing. You are watching this show, pretending to be really upset about it because it gets you views. The funniest part about it, it's not even getting you that many views, to be honest. How long have you been on this platform for? What, 17 years, you said? And your channel is dwindling. As much as you want to paint it, your channel is dwindling because more and more people do not agree with your point of view. And that's terrifying you. And obviously that little jab you put in there, clearly aimed at people like me, about making us angry makes you happy. Let's make one thing clear. We're not angry at you. We're laughing at you. Quite a lot. We are consistently laughing at you. Your takes and your mindset is fucking hilarious. And we're all taking the piss. We're not angry. Trust me.
Stupid bubble girl starts telling the most annoying girl in the world how awesome she is, because that's the life of a Zoomer. Constant praise for existing.
I hate Zoomers because they're positive. They should be negative like me. How dare people say, hey, I like you. People are positive and that makes me angry because people should hate each other and people should be at war because war is good and we should beat our wives.
He hates Zoomers because they praise each other for existing. That's how the world should be. Duh. I should be able to leave my house and someone say, hey, you're doing good. Hey man, you're doing good too. That's just being positive. What do you want us to do? Like, what do you want Zoomers to do? Like, go out and spit at each other? And if you had any inkling of what's going on in the world right now, I would tell you that's very much not the case. Also, in the circumstances of this episode, they're like that because they're all in their Tory white bubble. So yes, they are going to be like that with each other. I don't know how you've missed this point, man.
Oh dear God, here we go. Only 50 seconds into the episode. Must be a record for the showrunner with his head firmly stuck up his ass.
Does Bowlestreks explain what was wrong with that? No, of course he wouldn't, because that would take too many brain cells. He just gets really triggered at the sight of a man in makeup. So scary.
Then Christ, Gothic Paul has something to say. Somebody introduce Gothic Paul to Dracula, please, for the love of God.
What does that even mean? The funny thing is, I can picture him. Now I know what he looks like as well. I can picture him sitting at his computer, proper angrily writing this script and thinking that what he's putting on paper is absolute gold and hilarious. Bowlestreks is hilarious in the sense that it's not because he actually is funny and has a good sense of humour, because his humour is actually fucking atrocious. It's funny because his takes are so bad.
Then she's congratulated for not having to pee for 3 days. Man, which university did this dude get his MD from? Because that sounds like a serious situation requiring immediate medical attention. Then these two show up on screen. Help!
Wow, cut it right as he started to scream there. It's like he can't wrap his head around the fact that these people aren't humans. Considering this is Doctor Who, it's quite surprising that he can't wrap his head around the fact that, like, they're from a different planet. Their bodily functions might be different. Crazy, innit? The show that they love so much, the show that they love to claim so much, is all about him travelling to different cultures and climates and worlds and different types of races and aliens, and yet they get so confused when they don't have the same bodily functions or approach as humans. It's quite fascinating, really.
Then Dr. Nutty turns up on screen, and it appears his entire involvement in this episode could have been shot over the course of an hour from his bathroom. Good Lord, Dr. Nutty, you only had 8 episodes to make. You literally disappeared from the last one, and you're literally phoning it in this one. I mean, we all know you definitely weren't the best choice for the role, but Jesus, dude, you can't even be bothered showing up to work.
What is it? Oh on. It's so funny. He's having a go at Ncuti Gatwa for not being needed in person. That's his fault. Granted, this happened because he was filming Sex Education at the time. But if we're going by this logic, did Bowlestreks start shouting at David Tennant for Blink? The Doctor was mainly used in those hidden CDs. So why shout at David as well, man? If you're going to shout at him for being used in the same way, you need to be shouting at David Tennant. But of course you wouldn't do that though, because David Tennant's white.
Dr. Nutty is warning the most annoying girl in the world of bad things, but like a typical Zoomer who has the attention span of a gnat, she turns him off and starts dancing with the old woman. Maybe this episode could be an unintended wake-up call to Zoomers.
Like, it's so, like, there he is again, he's just lying, he's just flat out lying. When watching and reacting to this live, you don't know why she blocks him. But this man has seen the episode because he's doing it. He's doing a review. He knows why she blocked him. And he's just making it about Zoomers having bad attention spans. The smartest of the bunch. Oh man, it's so funny. Like, watching this guy cope is the funniest thing. How he has finished the episode and so blatantly missed the point. It so very much screams that this episode applies to people like him. It's so funny.
Seems we're in fantasy land where everything's fine all the time, and I think the 70s would have done a much better job on the effects. I mean, my God! Most qualified people for the job as always, I'm sure.
Did he point out what about the effects were wrong there? Did he point out anything that actually was a constructive criticism on the special effects? No.
And the most annoying girl in the world is going on about her fancy new clothes, and then y'all wonder why you have no money. Then she goes on about...
What? I don't even need to react to this. He's just fucking... He's taken a shot at Zoomers for not having money because she was bragging about her clothes. What? Oh man, my ribs hurt. My ribs hurt so much. What has that got to do with Zoomers? Like, but sure, yeah, Zoomers have no money because this girl's bragging about her clothes. Okay.
Then she goes on about how cute she is as the narcissism flows. Then she goes on about how...
Wow, it's almost like this character is a narcissist. Shock.
Then the Zoomers do absolutely no work. It's like one of them My Day at Work Zoomer videos. Zoomers being Zoomers, yo.
He's so angry at Zoomers. He's not given a single actual criticism of the episode yet. He has just been shouting about Zoomers for 5 minutes. And the funny thing is, these characters are supposed to be unlikable, and he's somehow confused. Like, it's so funny.
It seems that the most annoying girl in the world only works for 2 hours a day. But even that's too much. Good lord, these people are spoiled. The future is doomed, I tells ya.
What are you talking about the future? This is a fake, fictional world. Like, what do you not understand, man? Are you thick? Are you dumb? The whole point of the episode, right? These people are entitled. Their parents paid for them to be there. They're not supposed to be likable. Hence why they work 2 hours a day. They don't know what work is. That's why they get so confused in the episode when they're like, oh, we work 2 hours a day. Like, you are missing the point of the episode. You're not criticizing that part of the episode. You're too busy shouting about people in the real world not liking work. Interesting fact for you, Bowlestreks. People still go to work. There's not been an issue with anyone going to work, so I don't know why you're so angry. I'd love to know, because Bowlestreks definitely doesn't make enough money from his reviews. I get money from the main channel, right? I know how much YouTubers get paid, so I know for a fact that Bowlestreks definitely does not get paid enough money at all to make this a full-time job that he's doing. So what I want to know is, do you work, Mr. Bowlestreks? Because it doesn't seem like it.
And then we get subjected to more of Gothic Paul and his attention-seeking.
Yes, he's upset because his friends are all going missing. But hey, typical Zoomer, just being an attention seeker. You can't be concerned if people start going missing, because that makes you an attention seeker, apparently.
Then the most annoying girl in the world calls the police, but they're busy. Oh no! Then the most annoying...
Wait, he has said, oh no, like 1,500 times in this video, and we're 5 minutes in. It's like he can't think of a valid criticism, so he just screams,
Oh no! Oh, who cares? Who cares? Who cares? Even though I blatantly care because I watch the episodes the second they're released. But guys, who actually cares, right? Right?
And it seems the terribly rendered lady part slug things are eating all the annoying brats, and I find myself rooting for the slug monsters. Oh,
yeah, because you're supposed to. The subconscious part in his brain is actually understanding the episode, but the bit that comes out of his mouth is just,
Zoomers bad?
It's only for the rich kids. I see, Russell. So this is supposed to be a rich white people are scum episode.
There we go. See, I told you, they take the wrong message from it. They take the wrong message from it, and bing, 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 he's done exactly that. At no point did he say rich white people are scum. It's the point of the episode is that this specific bubble of white supremacists are scum.
You think this is how all white people act. No, Russell, this isn't how all white people act. Just
Russell hasn't said that.
Pretentious.
Russell hasn't said that. No one said that. If the shoe fits, it fits, doesn't it? For someone to be so triggered about it.
Then the most annoying girl in the world's mummy is Mystery Lady, as Russell once again deludes himself into thinking that anybody actually cares about his story arc.
I do. And based on the reaction from my videos, a lot of people do. But you're the most important person in the world, aren't you, Bowlestreks? Because you're just so righteous and intelligent and smart and big-brained that you forget other people in the world exist.
But viewing figures? Viewing figures?
Are in the same room, and this offends the most annoying girl in the world as Dr. Nutty removes her block. Good lord, why would you remove her block? She's terrible.
Every point he's making, he's contradicting himself. Like, that whole point he just made there contradicted the point he just made. This man is not real. This man is an enigma. Oh my god. My brain is consumed by a lot of brain rot, but this is brain rot of the highest order. This is.
And still, the slug monsters seem completely uninterested. Dudes, just eat her so this can be done.
You know, if you're being put through all this hell, just here's an idea, right? You go up to your monitor, you just press the power button, and you just walk away.
No, I must make my $15 ad revenue off of my angry reviews, guys.
Then we get an image of what the homeworld looks like, and this is actually a pretty accurate representation of what will happen when the Zoomers take over.
Well, luckily for you, my friend, you won't be here. You'll be long gone. The one thing that makes me laugh about all these old people getting so angry at the young generation, this man's generation, have completely screwed us over. All of the old people here, the older generations here, they bought their houses for a packet of raspberries. Politicians have fucked us over massively, and we are the ones picking up the pieces. But you lot seem to be terrified when we take over. Makes a lot of sense. The irony that Bowlestreks doesn't quite seem to understand that it's his generation that massively fucked up the world. Now the younger generations are coming in and saying, hang on a minute, you are fucking evil and weird. They're all like, oh, what? What do you mean? What do you mean most corporations and governments are corrupt? That's not my generation. That's the Zoomers. That's all Zoomers.
Then Susie has a bad day. Oh no! And the most
There it is
annoying
again.
girl, then Dr. Nutty and Princess Zumi invite the most annoying girl in the world to join them. But she's completely disgusted by this offer. Completely understandable.
Completely understandable. You heard it here first, guys. You heard it here first. Because this is the point where the racism becomes very clear, right? So it's not like it's subtle here. This is where the racism becomes very clear. So for him to say understandable is alarming.
Then we learn that they are all a bunch of ists. Then Dr. Nutty doesn't seem to care. That's not really in keeping with your tradition of calling everybody that doesn't like you an ist, dude.
Shooty is right to call people ists if they don't like him because he's black. That's the very definition of racist. Like, why are they so confused by this? We said we don't like you because you're black and you've called us a racist? This makes no sense.
And that's it for today. Don't forget to subscribe and check your subscription status because YouTube keeps deleting subscribers. Follow me on X. And until next time, suck it.
YouTube keep taking away my subby wubbies, and I hate it. It's definitely not because people are realizing my takes are absolutely horrendous. Meh.
It's time to look at some god-awful comments, guys. Let's have a look. I like how most of his review is him hating the characters who aren't supposed to be likable. I'm not interested in watching the actual show, as it's not about storytelling or interesting characters anymore, but I'll gladly watch Bowlestreks roast it. The irony is, as well, with the anti-woke, they're all like, we're sheeps, as Gen Z, we're all sheeps to the government. Yet these lot are just like, yes, Bowlestreks, we are our leader, Bowlestreks, anything you say, Bowlestreks, I can't make a decision for myself, because I'm thick and dumb. I'm thick and dumb. So anything Bowlestreks says must be true. This bit here, look, I don't think I followed any of that, but at least it made me laugh. See? His content is such brain rot because he doesn't accurately describe anything, but his subscribers are like, but you're so funny, Bowlestreks, because you screamed for 8 minutes and didn't actually say anything of value. That's so funny. Bowlestreks' arguments in this video. Oh no, oh dear, Lindy is annoying, Ruby is a Zoomer, the Doctor is black and queer, Ricky September is a woman, I don't care. So true. I don't think I've seen a video where a guy easily misconstrues the episode so easily before. It's about the rich, not Zoomers. It's so funny, this comment section is actually more split than I've ever seen it. People are actually saying like, dude, you're fucking thick. You know it's a great episode when Bowlestreks hates it so much. Yep. Guys, it's so clear that obviously Bowlestreks is a rage bait channel. The thing with Bowlestreks is he seemed to have protected himself in this bubble of my shouty thing is a shtick, because that's what all his subscribers seem to defend him on. But that's not the problem. The problem is the takes that actually come out of his mouth, people are listening to and going, wow, that is gospel. That is so true. But very clearly, the stuff that comes out of his mouth, he genuinely believes. He is petrified of Zoomers and has spent 8 minutes complaining about Zoomers and not actually anything to do with the Doctor Who episode, which is no shock. Anyways, guys, I'm leaving this here because I can't be bothered anymore. I'm absolutely shattered after that. Bowlestreks, again, the gift that keeps on giving. I look forward to seeing more screen grabs of me on Twitter where people are like, oh, this guy stinks. This guy is stinky. Bye.